Hi there, crafty friends. Today I'm going to show you how to make a brand new box look old, cracked, and worn. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're looking for tutorials on various types of crafts, you are in the right place. I'm going to be doing some really cool paint effects, along with some decoupage and adding script with vinyl. Are you ready? Let's make a mess. I'm removing all the hinges and the latch because I'm going to replace them with much nicer ones once the box is complete. I'm going to give the box a light sanding and fill in the holes where I removed the hinges. Where are you watching from? I'd love to hear from you. I'm filming from Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States. I mixed two colors half and half to get the color I'm going to use for my effect. And now I'm painting the lightest color as my base color. When doing this technique, you need to do section at a time because it all needs to be done while the paint is wet. Now I'm adding the mixed color right on top of the wet paint. I'm dipping the brush in paint and water so it goes on really wet. Next, I'm scrunching up tissue paper and laying it on all the wet paint. Brushing all the wrinkles into the paint, the more wrinkles, the better. And then I'll just pull it off. I'll do this same procedure with all the sections of the box and the lid one at a time. I hope you're enjoying this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm painting the inside bottom with just the darker paint. It doesn't need the effect because I'm going to cover it in paper. I'm going to paint each section separately again with step 1 of a 2-part crackle medium. While that is still wet, I'm adding a thick gloss varnish over top of it. This will cause a deep crackle effect as it's drying. I'm using Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch Clear Gloss. I use this for a lot of my projects. It's real thick, gives a great gloss cover, and is waterproof. I'll keep it in a mason jar though because the lid on the can can get a little rusty. And don't do this. I was so anxious to keep going that I moved on to the next side of the box before the first section dried. Oh my God, what a mess. It started dripping and I had to wipe it off and start over. As it starts to dry, you can actually see the cracks start forming. Wait until it looks like this before you move on to another side. I'm brushing and patting because I want the varnish to be on there pretty thick. And one at a time, I'm getting all the sides of the box, and I'm waiting for it to dry before I move on this time. And I'm making sure to get the top edges of the box and lid as well. I have some really nice deep cracking going on. I'm going to add some antiquing medium to make them stand out a little bit. I want this to look like a really old, dirty box. I thinned out the antiquing medium just a little bit with some water, and I'm just painting it on and wiping it off. In the description box below, you'll see links to everything I'm using. And if you're enjoying this video, make sure you let me know by giving me a great big like. I dampened a sponge and I'm using iced espresso wax rub, dabbing it around all the edges of the lid and the box. Mine was a little dried out, so I sprayed a little bit of water on it. I'm using a little of the antiquing medium in a damp sponge to add a little darker look around the very outer edges of the lid and the box. Now it's time to have some fun. I'm going to get all my paper and flag ready. I printed a picture of a United States flag. Now I'm going to thin the paper out a bit, which makes it nicer to decoupage. I'm using brown shiny packing tape. Going from side to side with the grain of the paper, I'm covering the entire back. This is the only tape I have ever found that works for this technique, and I tried quite a few of them. Now, starting at one of the corners, I'm going to peel off all of the tape. Then the paper will be nice and thin. I don't want a clean edge cut, so I'm going to rip the flag instead of cutting it out. I'm using a water brush to wet the edges so it'll be a little easier to tear. If you don't have a water brush, you can use water and a paintbrush. This is printed from an inkjet printer, so I have to be very careful. If I get too much water on the printed area, the ink will run. Now that the paper is dry, I'm going to distress the flag a little bit. I'm using Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Dauber. I'm adding ink to the dauber and moving in a circular motion, going around all the edges of the paper. I'm going to add some gold braid around the edges of the top of the box. I measured where the flag was going to hang over the edge because that's where I'm going to make the edges of the trim meet, so you won't be able to see it. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think about this project. I love hearing from all of you, and I answer 100% of the comments I receive. If you're a patriot, stick around till the end. You are going to love how this turns out. Mother's Day is coming up. This would make a great gift for the father in your life. I'm using some Mod Podge to glue the flag to the top, and I'm hanging one little corner of it over the edge. I'm using a sponge roller to make sure there are no air bubbles under the flag. I bought some really cool paper at Hobby Lobby that I'm going to line the inside of the box and lid with, and I'm letting my Cricut machine cut them out for me. All I had to do was put in the measurements. And now I'm going to rip and distress them too. Since this is pre-printed paper, I'm going about it a little bit differently. I'm spraying the entire back of the paper before I rip it. Now that the paper is dry, it's time for the Tim Holtz Distress Ink again. I'm going in a circular motion around all the edges again, just like I did last time. And now they are ready to glue in the box. I'm using Mod Podge to glue the papers in the box. paper is thick and a little bit stiff. I sprayed it with a little bit of water. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. And then tapping it with a dauber to make sure there are no air bubbles. I let everything dry and then give it all another coat of Mod Podge. Now I'm giving the entire box and lid a coat of the clear gloss varnish, inside and out. I'm adding some script to the box using some gold vinyl, which I let my Cricut machine cut out for me again. Right now I'm removing all the excess vinyl between all of the letters. I'm covering the lettering with some transfer tape so I can easily transfer the script to the lid of the box. And now it's time to add the script to the lid of the box. This is by special request from my grandson. The verbiage is from his family crest on his father's side and is written in French. Send me a comment if you figure out what it means. And now it's time to put all the hinges back on the box. My awesome husband buys me power tools. He got me this electric drill and an electric detail sander. He either really supports my craftiness or just got tired of me using his tools. I decided to add a little bit of gold wax rub to the hinges and clasp. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe so I can continue to bring you amazing craft videos just like this one in the future. Click the bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a new video. I upload a new video every Tuesday morning. I put together a playlist of some similar projects. Click the picture on the right to be taken directly to that playlist.